All right, beginning on our backs. Arms and hands pressed into the mat, belly button drawn in, keeping that tummy nice and tight, keeping that low back pressed against the mat. I realize I'm being very dangerous because if my back arches while not wearing a top against this mat, it makes a very, very funny sound. So you'll be able to know if my back has come off the mat. All right, so we will start right away with the 100. So extending the legs straight up in the air, lowering them down as low as you want while keeping that back in contact with the mat. Modifying by bringing the knees to tabletop or by placing the feet on the floor. Arms extend straight up from shoulders, lifting up, peeling, you hear that? Peeling the shoulders off the mat. And begin to pump the arms as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pumping the arms hard, eyes to thighs, chin towards chest. Pulling that belly button in, making sure we're not arching the back. Completing one more round. And as you finish, drawing your knees into your chest and releasing your head down to the mat, giving yourself a little rock from side to side. So we'll warm up the spine a little bit with some moving twists. So bringing the knees again to tabletop position, knees over the hips. Just moving the arms out of the way. So cactus arms extending to the side, doesn't matter. Just get the arms out of the way. Because we want the knees to drop down to the side. They might not touch the floor, that's fine. And then trying to lift them up as a unit up and over to the other side. Lifting up and over. So with this one, the closer your knees are to your body, obviously the easier, I should say obviously, the easier it is. The further your knees are away from your body, the harder it is. So challenge yourself, but you don't want to push the knees too far away so that your back is arching and you're getting into your low back to lift the knees off the mat. You want to have them close enough that you're using the abs, not using the back, but that you are indeed challenging. And you can just, I usually just keep my head right at center, but if you want, you could roll the head from side to side in opposition with the legs to sort of stretch the neck, if that feels good. You keep your head on the mat. Relax your head down. Who wants to lift your head up? Do one more and finish on the opposite side from where you started before coming back to center. And once again, hug your knees into your chest. And releasing. So we'll do the leg stretch series. We'll do it in one go, which is a bit of a challenge. So you can always take a break if you need to. So starting with the single leg stretch, right hand is going on the right ankle. Left hand is going below the right knee. It's always outside hand on the ankle. Left leg is going to extend. Straight up is easier. Lower and lower and lower you go. Harder and harder it gets. Lifting the head and shoulders off the mat. Hugging that right knee in on the inhale. Exhale, left knee in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So it's very exact movements. Really give that knee a squeeze, the shin a squeeze as you bring it in. Really extend the leg long as you push it out. Inhale and exhale, chin towards chest. Elbows are wide like wings. And 3. And 2. Last one. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in, hug everything in, chin towards chest. Let go of all the air. Inhale, arms up, legs either up or out to challenge yourself. Exhale, wrap it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pressing that back into the mat. Exhale. Chin to chest, eyes to thighs. You can reach the arms back overhead, but I find that that tends to arch our back, so I prefer arms straight up. One more time, hold it out, belly button in, arms extended, chin to chest, and then let's bring that right leg in. And switch, left leg in. Inhale, right leg, exhale, left leg. Chin to chest, eyes to thighs, watch that neck. Trying to keep the legs as straight as possible, trying to grab onto thighs or calves rather than knees. And the leg doesn't have to go super low, and it also doesn't have to go super close to your face. You can work with little movements like so. 3 and 2. Last one, finish left, bring both legs up, hands behind the head, belly button in, chin to chest. Straight legs as much as possible, lower them down, not too far. Exhale, pull them back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, lower. This one happens, we only do it once a week. You gotta join me the other days of the week. Exhale, pull it up. And 3. And 2. Last one. And up. Final exercise, bending those knees into tabletop, keeping the head lifted. Careful not to tug on your neck here. Keep the elbows wide. Inhale, exhale, twist. Back elbow to the mat, front knee to the shoulder. Back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Inhale, center. Inhale, center. And twist. And twist. That's 3. And 2, head and shoulders stay lifted as much as you can. Last one. And release down to center. Release the feet on the mat, palms by the side, tilt the hips up.
Okay, see you next week.
Take a deep breath. What'd you say?
See you next week. That
See you
was
next
nice.
week.
That was nice for today.
Take a deep breath into your abs. While we're here, we'll do some gluteal work. So let's lower all the way down. And then we're just gonna lift up and lower. So little hip pulses. So it's a bigger movement. We're gonna do both. So going pretty close to all the way down to the mat, lifting up, keeping those knees parallel. In fact, if you want, you can add a block to this to keep the knees together, squeezing up. I like mine this way so it's not too narrow. Up and down. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Chin stays towards chest. Lowering down, lifting up. Important to get the glutes even as we work the abs. It's all part of that powerhouse, that core. So now we're going to come up to the top and make little pulses. So it's a tiny movement. It's like you're lifted all the way up. And then you just lift a little bit more. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And again, if you've got that block or a Pilates ball between your knees, you can squeeze against that. You can also do this with a resistance band and press against it. Those just add a little bit of a little something extra to the exercise. A few more pulses here, just continuing to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Long breaths. And then if you'd like, challenging yourself, come up onto the balls of your feet and squeeze up from here. So you're engaging your calves, and you'll just notice it kind of hits a different part of your gluteals. Makes it a bit more complete. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm not actually counting, but the idea is to do somewhere around like between 100 and 150 total. All right, so we're gonna change this up and do one leg at a time. So release yourself all the way down. We're gonna come out on our feet. We're gonna do the same thing where we rise up on one foot, but we're gonna do this one-legged. So lifting up to your starting position. I'm gonna rise up my left foot first. Your option is just to pulse up with your left foot on the ball of your foot with your right foot down. Option 2 is to come here to tabletop. Option 3 is to extend that leg. And everyone pulse. 20, 19, 18. Inhale, exhale. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up on the ball of your right foot, point the left toe, or if your knee is in tabletop, just stay in tabletop. And pulse, 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 pulse. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that down. Left foot on the mat, right foot either up on the ball of your foot, tabletop, right leg extended, and pulse. It's like you're pushing the heel into the ceiling. This should be firing from your glutes, not from your back. The straighter your leg, if you're working with a straight leg, the better to really extend that leg up. And then come up on the ball of your foot. Option to point the toe of the right foot if that leg is extended. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower down. And hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little rock. And rocking yourself up to sit.
No.
Extending the legs in front of you. Taking a deep inhale, lifting up, hinging forward, Paschimottanasana style, yoga style. Reaching, reaching, reaching those hands forward. So in Paschimottanasana, we want to extend our spine. Chest is slightly lifted, belly is in, long spine, like we're extending out rather than down. Let the arms just drop down to the mat. They can press into the mat to pull you a bit more forward, flexing the feet as much as possible. Like you're trying to bring your sternum down to your legs. And then if you'd like, just releasing this, folding over as much as is comfortable, letting your head drop, letting your body weight bring you down, taking a few breaths. And then rolling that back up. Staying right where we are to practice our spine stretch forward. So I've got my legs a little bit separated, tiny bit, not as wide as the mat. Spine stretch forward is the Pilates version of this, and we work in a C curve of our spine. So the arms stay high, parallel to the mat. The head drops between the arms, the belly button pulls back, and we work in a rounded spine. But we're uplifted, we're not collapsing here. So we start sitting up nice and tall, shoulders rolling down and back in our back pockets, feet are flexed. Inhale, exhale 3 times as you pulse forward. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale to sit. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale to sit. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, extend, reach, reach. Inhale, last time, pulse, pulse, and pulse. And coming up to sit. Extending your arms out to the side. I'm just turning because I don't have space to turn. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to twist. Inhale, exhale to twist, twist. You're getting the pull too. Twist. Inhale back to center. Twist. I'm still hitting the wall. Twist, twist. Inhale. Inhale. Last time, both sides. Inhale, last time, twist, twist, and twist. Inhale up to center. Exhale, Tara. Release down to one side. Turning the gaze up towards the ceiling. I forgot to ask when I saw you today if you're going to join tonight. Laterally bend, just let that arm release down into the mat. Inhale up to center, exhale to the other side. So let that arm be soft, that's on the mat. Let that shoulder relax. So you just bend over into it. A few breaths there. And pressing back up to center. Okay, so rolling like a ball, coming to the top of the mat. This one should feel good on the spine. If it's painful, skip it. Sitting up tall, holding onto ankles or shins. Shoulders are rolling down and back. Feet are lifted off the mat. So we start with a long spine. Watch behind you.
Yeah, no.
Then you're going to pull the belly button in, pull the hips back to tuck into a teeny ball, roll back to shoulders, and then roll back up to sit and balance. So you shouldn't hurl yourself back. It's a controlled movement down. But if you get stuck on your back, that's okay. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then balance at the top. So the reason we're doing that is to practice that C curve rolling down, because now we're going to use that in our spinal roll-ups. So holding onto the backs of your thighs, rolling down as slow as you can. Belly button pulls in. Notice how slow you can go on if you're holding onto those thighs. We want to try to duplicate that when we do our spinal roll-up. I'm going to start with knees bent, doing the modification, and then I'll do the full one. You can choose which you'd like to do. Arms straight up from shoulders, chin towards chest, knees are bent. It's a quick roll-up. So inhale, exhale quickly to roll up to sit. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, spine stretch forward. Inhale to sit, bend the knees. Exhale to slowly roll back down. Again, inhale. Exhale to quickly roll up. We hear that? That was my back against the mat. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, sit up. Bend the knees. Exhale to slowly roll back down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, stretch forward. Inhale, sit up tall, bend the knees. Exhale, slowly roll back down. The most important is the down. If that was easy and you want to work with straight legs, legs extend. Inhale, exhale, roll up. You can also just continue that exhale to spine stretch forward. Inhale, sit up tall. Pull the belly button in and roll back as slowly as you can. Should be about an 8 count. Inhale, you can also work on rolling up more slowly. This makes me feel like a mummy rising up out of my coffin. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You laugh, but it does. Inhale, and then slowly, it's like I'm rising. Rising slowly, 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 slowly. That's harder. You can go quickly. All right, so we're gonna add a little fun and games to this. Come down to the mat if you're not there already, just so we're doing this at the same time. Okay, one more like this, just to try something fun. Inhale, exhale, roll up, quickly or slowly. Inhale, exhale to spine stretch forward. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll back just a tiny bit. Hold it. Exhale a little bit more. Keep breathing as you do this. You don't need to hold your breath. A little bit more. Pull that belly button in. A little bit more. Tuck the chin to the chest. A little bit more and hold. A little bit more and hold. A little bit more and hold.
That's super funny.
Is your low back down? Shoulder blades. A little bit more. A little bit more. Are you all the way down? Nice and slow. All right, I told you it was gonna be fun. Super fun. Super fun. Okay, bend the knees. Inhale, roll up. So we're gonna add to this. With both knees bent, lift the right leg. Pull the belly button in. Roll all the way down. Immediately back up. Inhale, exhale, roll up to balance. Place that foot down. Extend the left leg. Roll all the way down. Tap shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, roll up to balance. Place that foot down. Extend the right. Lower down. Belly button in. Slow roll. Tap down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Switch legs in the air. Lift left leg up. Put right leg down. Lower all the way down. Roll back up. And balance. Place both feet down. Can you lift both feet up? And roll all the way down. And hug the knees into the chest. And give yourself a rock. Rock all the way up. Coming over onto hands and knees. Sit back on the heels, stretch the arms forward, release the head down to the mat, in child's pose. Okay, coming up, go ahead and just release yourself all the way down onto the mat. Sliding the hands forward, coming up to Sphinx, and then bringing the palms of your hand together. Interlace those fingers. So your elbows are, your forearms rather, are forming a triangle. So lift the hands up. So this is an option. I like it here. You can also keep those palms on the mat. You decide what works for you. You can have your hands in prayer, whatever's comfortable. What's important is that your chest is lifting, shoulders are pulling back. You're working to peel the belly button away from the mat, and feet are together, gluteals contracted. So we're gonna do our leg kicks here. So it's an inhale, 3 exhales as you kick towards your glutes. So it's an inhale and kick, kick, kick. Inhale as if a rubber band is on you, release slowly to the mat. And left foot, kick, kick, kick. Inhale, release. The key here is to not move on your mat. Can you kick, 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 and keep your body still? 3 exhales. Inhale against resistance. Flex your foot. Inhale against resistance. Keep the chest lifted. Always inhaling slowly down. Exhaling a bit more quickly. Lift the chest, pull your shoulders back. There you go. One more round each side. Finishing on the opposite side from where you started. And release down to the mat. Once again, pushing up and back, coming to child's pose whenever you finish. No rush. Never have to rush to catch up. Pausing here for a moment. Coming on up. Coming to plank, so hands under shoulders, coming up to, you know what, I'd lie. Let's come down to a forearm plank first. So coming onto forearms into, I want to work our way up. Coming to a forearm plank. Even with your forearm plank, you can drop down to knees if you want. Your option, from toes or from knees. Belly button in. So you're looking in between your hands, in between your arms, squeezing the glutes. Long line all the way from the top of the head through the heels. Inhale, exhale. Really use that exhale to contract the gluteal muscles, contract the abdominal muscles. Option to lift the right leg. Holding it for a few more seconds. It's just a few inches. It's not a giant kick. Release it down with the left leg. It literally, all you have to do is lift your toe off the mat. That is far more than your toe. There you go. Good. Release that foot down and lower your whole body onto the mat. All right, so doing a little more with our back. Too much stuff by myself. All right, bring your hands in front of you, so your hands are palm in palm, so your head can rest on them. We're going to inhale to lift up, leaving the hands and the arms on the mat. You're just lifting the head and chest. Exhale to lower back down. Again, inhale to press up. Exhale to lower back down. Last time like this, inhale, press up. Exhale, lower back down. This time we're going to bring the arms with us. You can leave your hands here, or I actually like my arms out to the side here. So hands are going to hover above the mat. We're going to inhale to lift up, squeezing the elbows by the side, squeezing shoulder blades together, and release back down. Feet are staying on the mat. Inhale up. Glutes are contracted. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Last one. Good. Releasing the hands to the mat. Push up and back, coming to child's pose. Sitting on the heels, releasing the hands, releasing the head. Good. Coming back up, back onto our forearms. We're going to do 30-second plank, regular plank, then we're going to go to the right side 30 seconds, 10 seconds in the middle, left side for 30 seconds, 10 seconds in the middle. Okay? So, Coming up to your forearm plank. Again, option to have knees on the mat. Looking in between the hands, so your spine is in neutral. Use that exhalation, always use that exhale. Really works the core. 10 more seconds here, and then you're gonna transition. You can do whatever side you want first. Does not matter, we're gonna do both. 3, 2, and 1, transitioning to your side plank. You can always drop down to that knee. The hand can go wherever you want. Hand can go on hip, or arm can extend. Elbow right under the shoulder. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to our side plank here, our regular plank, just for 10 seconds, just to give you a break before you go to the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Coming to the other side. Remember, always feel free to drop to the knee. If you don't like the arm extended, it can just be here on the hip. You could also lift that top leg if you wanted to challenge yourself. 30 seconds here, halfway through. Inhale, exhale. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to plank. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release that. Stretching back again, child's pose. Good. Rising up, swinging the right foot forward. Let's just do a crescent lunge to kind of release here. So placing that right foot down, hands behind the knee, hinging forward. We're going to mostly focus on Pilates, but I like to make sure we get some stretches in. Bring the hands behind the back, clasping the hands together, pulling down to open up the chest and shoulders, maybe tilting the gaze up towards the ceiling. Most importantly, a drive forward, feeling that opening of the left hip flexor. Relax the head and neck. Good, releasing that down, coming to runner's lunge. Back foot curls up under, knee over ankle, just to give yourself a stretch through here. And twisting here, keeping the left hand in the mat, twisting, opening that right arm towards the ceiling. Good, and then bringing that hand back. We're gonna step back. Now we're gonna come to a regular plank. So hands under shoulders. You can always drop down to knees, otherwise staying right where you are. 30-second plank. Again, you're looking in between your thumbs, rather than out in front of you, rather than at your toes. Using that breath. Option to lift the right foot up. Holding here. Again, it's just a few inches. It's not a big kick, so I don't want you to affect your back. Lowering that foot down. Option to lift the left foot up. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Placing that foot down, pushing up and back, coming to a downward facing dog. Pressing the heels towards the mat, hands towards the mat. Make sure you can release your head. Shaking it yes and no. Stepping the left foot all the way forward, releasing the right knee onto the mat. Rising up, hands behind the left knee, hinging forward, opening up the right hip flexor in our crescent lunge. Bringing the hands behind the back, clasping them together, opening the chest and shoulders, maybe tilting the head towards the ceiling. Just a little bit, don't crunch the head far back. Keeping the natural line of the spine and really driving forward, feeling the stretch in that right hip flexor. Bringing the hands to the mat, curling the right toes under, pushing up into a runner's lunge. Left knee over left ankle. Adding the twist, right hand stays in the mat, left arm extends. Bring that hand back, coming back to our plank. Same idea as we did with the lower planks. We're going to start up here. We're going to transition to a side plank. Come back to the center, transition to a side plank. Inhale, exhale. 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving one hand to the center of the mat, pivoting onto that side. Again, feel free to drop down to the knee or stay up in your full side plank. Arm can extend, arm can actually just hang out on the hip. Keep pushing the hips up. You can also lift the top leg if you wanted to add a challenge. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to your regular plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Again, stacking the feet, one in front of the other. Knee on the mat. Any option is fine. Breathing into this. Only if you want to, lifting the top leg. If that works for you. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to plank. And dropping down to knees and sitting back on your heels in child's pose. Bring your arms down beside your body. Clasp your hands together here. Lift the arms up overhead. Giving them a stretch. Stretching out the shoulders. And rolling yourself all the way up. Swinging those legs around. Coming back to a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. All right, so we're going to work on our teaser. So we're going to hinge backwards. So we lean back, belly stays in, chest stays lifted, shoulders stay back. You can always hold on to your thighs here for support, or you can release them. Feet are planted in the mat to start. So with teaser, you always come up and stop in this position. That's why it's called teaser, because you're working here, right? If you're too high, you're not working. So you always come back to here. We also just go to our shoulder blades. Your head isn't going to touch the mat. So we pull the belly button in, roll down, tap shoulder blades, and then roll back up to that position, okay? So inhale, exhale, roll up. Again, inhale, exhale, tap down, inhale, exhale, roll up, and pause. This time, lift the right leg. So your right knee is bent, left leg's on the floor, hinging back, chest is lifted, try not to collapse. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Place that foot down. Left leg lifts. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. And pause. You can do either of those again, or you can work here in tabletop. 2 legs bent, toes pointed out. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, roll up and tease. One more time here. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Last version, you can do any of those. Keep practicing whatever level you're at, or extend the legs long for full teaser. Inhale, exhale, tap down. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Do 1 or 2 more. And balance. And then place those feet on the mat and give yourself a hug. Tucking yourself into a little ball. Extending the legs out in front of you. Deep inhale and up. Exhale, release forward. Taking a couple of breaths. Rolling back up, coming to the top of the mat, coming to tabletop for rolling. So you can roll like a ball, like we did before. Or you can bend those knees, grab onto calves or ankles from the outside. Chest is lifted, shoulders are down and back. And we roll from here, like a rocker. Trying to balance at the top. Pull that belly button in, rolling to shoulder blades, trying not to roll onto the back. rolling down, rolling up. One more time, and balance. Holding here. Option to lift the arms off and balance. Option to lift the arms up and balance. 3, 2, and 1, and place those feet down. Spinning back around onto the other side. Coming back all the way down to the mat. So we did single leg kicks earlier. We're going to do double leg kicks down. So turning your head, I'm going to look over my left shoulder first. My right cheek is on the mat. My hands are behind my back, hands clasped together, and then they come all the way up towards the middle of my back. Elbows drop down. This always wants to be the starting point, wherever you are, okay? Squeeze the feet together. Inhale. On the exhale, you're going to kick 3 times. 3, 2, 1. On the inhale, the feet go down, the arms extend, and we lift up off the mat, extending the spine this way. Turning to the other side, the left cheek comes down, hands come up, feet squeeze together. We exhale, 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 feet come down, head and chest lift, arms extend. And then we do the other side again. So right foot, inhale, kick, 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 inhale, extend. Switch sides. Inhale, extend. Inhale, extend, arms reach back, arms come up for kick, 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 inhale, extend, last time each side. Inhale, and kick, 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 inhale, lift up, release the hands, just extend the arms behind you, lift the chest up as much as you possibly can, and then option here to lift the legs up as well. Lifting everything and hold it for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1, and release down. Press into the hands, push up, all the way up into cat. So knees under hips, arching the back, dropping the head towards the chest. Curl the toes under, push up to a downward facing dog. Shake your head no. Walk your hands to your feet so you're at the back of your mat, hanging over, holding onto opposite elbows. Bending the knees, release the arms, tuck and roll yourself all the way up. Okay, last hard thing we're going to do is going to be push-ups. So I'm going to give you the option of however many you want to do. I'm going to attempt to do 10 of each, but you could also only do 5 of each. We'll see how my attempt goes. The first time I'm going to go wide position with my hands, so it's more pectoral push-ups. Second round, hands are going to be narrow, so it's more tricep push-ups. And you can always do it from your knees, which I might do the second time around. But we kind of infuse our push-ups with some little mini sun salutation kind of things. So, the bottom of your mat, hands at heart center. Standing nice and tall. It's an inhale up, exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release down. Now we're going to walk out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank position. I'm going to adjust my hands, wide push-up position. Feel free to drop to knees. I'm going to try to do 10. Let's see how it goes. 10. Remember, we don't go down more than 90-degree bend of the elbows. 8, exhale up. 7, 6. If 5 is enough, you can just hold plank, you can drop to knees, or you can come to child's pose. 3, 2, last 1. Bring the hands back to that regular plank position. Push yourself up to a downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. Walk the hands back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hanging over. Bend the knees, rolling all the way up the spine. Round 2. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Walking out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Narrow this time, so hands under shoulders. Elbows are gonna hug the rib cage. Again, feel free to drop to knees. And lowering down. Exhale up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. After 5, I'm gonna drop to my knees. You can quit, you can drop to knees, take a break, hold plank. 3, 2, 1. Push up and back, downward facing dog. Heels to the mat. Walk the hands back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bend the knees, drop the hips, roll all the way up. Good. Hard work done. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, release. Walk the hands out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to knees. Sit back in your heels in child's pose. Bring your arms down by your side. And release. And bringing yourself up, spinning those legs around. Holding onto the backs of your thighs to roll down to the mat. Hugging both knees into your chest. Draw the right knee into the body, push the left leg away. Really squeeze that right shin into the body. Bending the left knee, cross the right ankle across the left thigh. Lift the left thigh up, holding on behind the thigh, hugging it into the body. Release that foot down, cross the right leg all the way over the left. Shift your hips to the right so your left hip is on the mat. Drop your knees down to that side. Cactus your arms and turn your head over the left shoulder, or the right shoulder, I should say. You can also extend your arms if you don't like cactus. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Rolling this back to center, readjusting, centering yourself on your mat. Right leg extends, left leg hugs in, hugging that shin. Take a couple of breaths. Bend the right knee, cross the left leg across the thigh. You can always just stay here if that's enough. Otherwise, lifting up the right thigh. Sorry, that was my back against the mat again. Opening up the left hip. Right foot on the mat, crossing the left over, shifting onto the right hip, letting those knees drop down to the right, turning the head, looking over the right or the left shoulder. Trying to get that left shoulder into the mat, whether the arm is extended or cactused, doesn't really matter. And rolling back to center one more time. Extending the legs. Bring the right arm across the body, catching it in the left to give yourself a bit of a shoulder and a tricep stretch here. And switching side, left arm across, make sure the shoulder stays in its socket, just gently bring it across, hooking the left elbow or the right elbow onto the left arm wherever it kind of lands, gently pulling it across. And releasing that to center, hugging the knees into the chest. I'm going to give you an option of a yoga inversion here. So you can do the modified versions, which would be come to a shoulder bridge. You could put a block or a pillow under you to help support, to make that easier. You could put that same block under your low back and lift the legs straight up. Those are both our more gentle versions. Those of you who want a more intense modification, you can come over into your plow, Halasana. You come up into shoulder stand, or you come around and do a headstand or a handstand if you want. You come up and do legs up the wall. Just take a few breaths here. If you're up in shoulder stand, go ahead and lower those legs down behind you into plow. Everybody gently roll down, taking a block out from under you if you're using it. Come on onto your hands. Once you get down and your back has released, go ahead and extend those legs. Bring the hands under you, coming to fish. So palms are on the mat, your body's on top of the top of your hands, shoulders are rolling under you, chin towards chest. So here's option 1 for fish. Option 2 is to be up on the forearms and let the top of your head find the mat. And then releasing out of that. One last time, drawing the knees into the chest. Transitioning to happy baby with the hands in between the legs, holding onto feet, ankles, calves. My niece did half happy baby for the first time the other day. She found one foot. She hasn't found both yet. But she was pretty excited to find one. And then releasing that down, extending the legs long, opening them up just a bit. Turning the palms up, separating the arms away from the body, chin towards chest. Take a deep inhale and let it go. That felt good, do it again. Let the body release and relax. Let go of the shoulders, the arms, the hips, the abs. Release all the muscles. begin to breathe deeply again. Inhaling fully, filling your chest and lungs. Inhaling all the way down to your fingers and toes, reawakening your body, your muscles, recharging your joints, your organs. When you're ready, bring yourself to a seat so you can either roll onto your side, roll up to sit. Just find yourself in a seated, comfortable position. Arms resting in your lap. And just pausing for a moment. Taking a deep inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers and give yourself a stretch. And bring the hands down to heart center. Taking one final inhale and exhale. Namaste. Pilates with a dash of yoga.